right, so we're done with the standards, particular with um, corporate send bill and travel agency send bill. Now let's focus on the reservation department's standards. So the first one is the guest calls the hotel for reservation. If the guest calls the hotel for reservation, the standard on the side of the reservation agent is that they have to answer the phone, or they have to answer the call within 3 rings. Okay? So, tatlong ring lang dapat nasagutan natin yung tawag ng ating customer or ng ating uh, guest. However, there are some hotels right now who's using an IVR or an integrated voice response. So this basically lets the guest stay on the line when everybody or all of the reservation agents are still engaged in another call. Okay. Then second, the reservation agent gets the personal details, arrival dates and departure dates. So we get to ask, So basically, once you receive a call from the hotel, once you receive a call from the guest, you basically say, um, let's say for instance, thank you for calling Waterfront Hotels. This is John. How may I help you? Then the guest will say, yeah, I would like to reserve a room. And then you are going to respond first. The first thing that you need to ask is their personal details. So, all right, sir, may I know who's on the line? Or may I know uh, may I know who's on the line, or may I know your name, sir? So then the guest will provide the name, and then afterwards, you will be asking for their arrival and departure dates. Now, if you're handling or you're handling a chain of hotels, you have to ask what specific hotel would they want to reserve on. Okay, say for instance, in my hotel, before it's in Waterfront, so basically, Waterfront Hotels has properties in Cebu, and Davao, and in Manila. So basically, they have to ask for which waterfront hotels property would you want to reserve? Would you want to reserve in waterfront Manila Pavilion? Would you want to reserve on the airport hotel in Mactan? Would you want to reserve in Cebu City or in Davao? So then the guest will tell you what specific hotel. Then afterwards, you get to ask the arrival or departure dates. So may I know, sir, may I know for when is this reservation will be? Okay, so they will just mention the arrival and the departure dates. Okay, then after such, you have to check it on your PMS. Okay, the reservation has to check on the PMS for the availability of their intended stay. Now, uh, if the reservation dates are good to go, okay, you just have to mention that uh, you have to tell your guests that the reservation dates are available. So how do you say it? So basically, let's say for instance the guest would say, I would like to reserve a room for January 19 to 22, 2021. All right, so let me check on that, sir. So kindly hold on for a minute. I'll be checking my system. And then you check the system. And then afterwards, you'll have to tell the guest, all right, sir, upon checking with our system, January 19 to 22, 2021 still available. We are still open for reservations. We still have the available rooms. Now, when you offer the available rooms, you have to perform upselling. How do you perform upselling? You don't sell the lowest category first. What you're going to sell is actually the mid-range or the higher range rooms. Okay? So if there's a standard, a deluxe room, and a suite rooms, basically you have to sell out the suite room first. Okay? So how you're going to say that? So you have to tell the guest, all right, sir, for your preferred stay, which is January 19 to 22, we still have an available rooms for you. We're still widely open. And currently, I would like to offer an executive suite room for you. This is our top of the line room. Okay, so you have to tell all of the things about uh, that room. Okay, so this has a separate bedroom. It has a foyer. It has a kitchenette. Blah 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 blah. Okay, you don't have to tell how much. Okay, you just have to engage the guest. Now, if the guest would say that, yeah, it's too big for me, then you go down to the next available uh, room type. Okay, don't sell the standard rooms first, or don't sell the lowest category first. Okay. All right, so going back to our discussion, you don't have to sell the lowest available room first. Okay, even though the lowest available room has the has the most number of room allocations, don't sell it first because there will be other guests who can avail that. Okay, you sell always the highest, okay? Especially during lean season. Okay, then afterwards, if you have already agreed on a certain room category and then you have already asked everything from the guest, then you confirm the reservation. That's step number 5. Okay, so how do you confirm the reservation? So once the guests have already processed the reservation, you just basically tell them that, all right, sir, let me just process your reservation and kindly wait for a minute or two, and then I will just process it. And then after such, you put them on IVR mode. So that's basically they will just play a music, okay, while you're processing your reservations. And then afterwards, get back to the guest. Okay, so how do you get back to the guest? You basically say, "Thank you very much for waiting, sir. I have already reserved your room. So here are the booking details for your room reservation. So I would like to confirm your name is Mr. John Smith. The reservation is under your name. You will be staying on January 19 to 22, 2020, and you have reserved a standard room for two persons. This is inclusive of the room accommodation. This includes the room amenities that can be found inside the room and a buffet breakfast for two every day. Okay, so that's how you confirm the reservation. Now, after you confirm the reservation, uh, basically the next thing that you have to ask is for the security of the payment method. So after you confirm the reservation, you say, sir, this reservation has been placed on on a non-guaranteed status. So how would you want to pay your reservation? There are different options that we can offer to you. You can prepay the reservations right now. So we will just be asking for at least one night, a payment for at least one night. So that's amounting to, let's say, 3,000 pesos. Okay. You have another option, which is to pay the entire stay using your credit card. I can send you the link for our payment gateway system. We just need your email address. Or another one is we can, if you're still, if you haven't decided or you haven't fully decided about your stay yet, what we can do, sir, is we can still place this reservation on a non-guaranteed status, and I can hold this room until, let's say, until December 21, 2020. If we haven't received any response from you by that date, the system will automatically release the reservation. So those are the things that you have to tell them. You give them options to pay their reservation. Okay. Now, if the guest will say, "I will be paying for this and that, or whatever it is," then provide the other details. Now, after you provide other details for the payment, the next thing is you have to repeat the booking details. So, all right, sir. Let's say, for instance, the guest pays via credit card confirmation. Okay. All right, sir. So let me just repeat your reservation details. This is reserved under John Smith. You will be staying for January 19 to January 2021, and you will be staying in a standard room for two persons, and you have the room includes the entire inclusions of the room service, and it also includes a daily buffet breakfast for two, and you have opted to pay via a bank you have opted to pay via credit card transactions. I will be sending you a link. Let me just reconfirm your email address. That's john.smith@gmail.com. Okay, so that's how you do it. And then afterwards, the guest will confirm the reservations. And then the next thing that you have to ask if there are any other requests. So, sir, your reservation now is being held for confirmation. We just want to ask if you have any other requests for your room. Do you need any non-smoking room? Do you want to be located in a higher floor? Blah blah blah. Okay, don't you give options to that. Okay, and then afterwards, okay, once you have already discussed the guest request and then there's no more further requests from the guest, you now discuss the cancellation policy. Okay, so let's say for instance, there will be a standard spiel for that, no? So Um, Let me just inform you, Mr. Smith, that we have a cancellation policy for our rooms. If you prefer to cancel at least 30 days before your stay, we can still refund the entire amount that you have settled into our system. However, if you prefer to cancel your reservation at least 7 days before your arrival, we will be charging at least 50% of the deposited amount. And if you prefer to cancel at least 3 days before your expected date of arrival, we are going to charge on 100% of the amount that you have deposited. Okay, so you have to clearly state the cancellation policy. Next, after such, okay, then basically you just have to give the reservation number to the guest. Okay, so you tell them, all right, sir, do you have a pen and paper handy with you? So if you do, this is your reservation number. So susulat niya yan. Okay. Another thing is basically we don't disclose the reservation numbers anymore. What we do is we email the booking confirmation together with the reservations number to them. And then number 10, you thank the guest for calling and you wait for the guest to put down the phone. So basically, you have to ask them first. You have to assess first if they have if there are any other concerns. So basically, you ask them, is there anything else that I can help you with? If there's none, we shall none. Okay, no more. Thank you. Okay, so the next thing that you have to say, all right, thank you very much for calling Waterfront Hotels. Again, this is John. Thank you. Sorry. You have to tell them, all right, thank you very much for calling Waterfront Hotels. Have a great day. Okay, and then do not do not hang up the phone. You wait for the guest to hang it up before you do. Okay, and then after you hang it up, then you document the entire call. Okay, so that's how you do it. So I hope you have understood the entire process for the reservations department or the reservation sub department. After such, we'll take a quick break and then we proceed on the process of welcoming the guests and escorting and registering the guests. Okay, thank you very